It's playoff baseball here at historic Sanford Memorial Stadium as the Deland Suns will take on the Sanford River Rats in a 3-game set here in the FCSL semifinal. I'm Major Delgado. I'll be alone on the broadcast today, but should be a good one. The Deland Suns are coming off a tight win yesterday in the play-in game as they beat the Winter Garden Squeeze 3-2 last night. But again, as I said, it was a very, very tight game. The Winter Garden Squeeze had a 2-1 lead going into the 8th inning. The Deland Suns were able to work the bases loaded. Daniel Bias walks to bring in the tying run. And then Michael O'Brien skips one off the mound, bringing the go-ahead. Joey Irvin records the W in that one, but it's a new day today. And it is the number 1 Sanford River Rats. They'll be facing a real David versus Goliath situation here. The Rats are the favorites to win this one, but the Deland Suns do not count them out. The Suns are 4-0 against the River Rats in the FCSL playoffs, and it should be a good one today. On the mound for the Sanford River Rats can be Rylan Bosenhart, an absolute strikeout machine right there. But we'll look at both lineups for both teams, starting with your visiting Deland Suns. Leading off is going to be Eli Tidwell. Batting second is going to be Gavin Thomas. Batting third, it'll be Holden Bronner. Batting fourth is going to be Daniel Bias in the 5 spot. It'll be Nathan Rico. Batting sixth, it'll be Michael O'Brien. Batting seventh is going to be Jackson Janilla. Batting eighth, it'll be Osmond Melendez. Ninth, Connor O'Sullivan. And 10th, Judson Sionis. Should be a good one today. These teams just faced each other last week with them splitting the series 1-1. Of course, that Game 3 was unfortunately canceled due to weather, but in Game 1, the Deland Suns run ruled your number 1 Sanford River Rats 14-2. The walks were really working for them as well as the contact. But in that second game, the long ball was really working for the Sanford River Rats as they were able to take that one. But again, anything is possible here in this beautiful sport of baseball. And looking at your Sanford River Rats batting order, it's going to be Dawson Mock batting first. Braden Calise, he's going to be batting second. Stuart Puckett is third. Mueller is batting cleanup. Rucco is batting in the 5 spot. Xavier Lopez is batting sixth. Spiker is batting seventh. Anthony Saliba is batting eighth. Drake Harmon will be batting ninth. And Cameron King wraps things up in the 10 spot. But it looks like we're ready to get going here as Eli Tidwell, the leadoff man, steps into the box. Rylan Bosenhart on the mound. Talked to Coach Cameron Juergens before this one. Coach Juergens said that they can knock Bosenhart early, get that pitch count up. They do have a chance. This game is crucial for the Deland Suns. While it's a little less pressure compared to yesterday's play-in game. Yeah, this is the first pitch from Bosenhart. Tidwell swings on that one, but it's going to drift foul. But as I was saying, Coach Cameron Juergens telling me, well, yes, there's less pressure on this specific game, as it is a 3-game set, and even a loss here doesn't mean you're out of it. It would be beneficial for the Deland Suns to win as they head home tomorrow, and getting home field advantage with a 1-0 advantage in the series is so crucial. Remember, this is only a 3-game set, so first to 2 will move on to the 2025 FCSL Championship. Next pitch to Tidwell, up high for a ball. It was a good pitching duel yesterday in Deland Suns, as it looks like there is a ball in the field of play, so we'll pause for a second. We'll continue play. Eli Tidwell steps back in. Here's a pitch from Bosenhart. Swung on, but this is drifting left and will land foul. So it'll be a 2-2 count on Eli Tidwell. This will be the 5th pitch of the AB. Bosenhart deals. Tidwell swings on that one. That's sent to left center field, but it's sent high. In comes the center fielder, but it's going to be Cameron King who brings it in for out number 1. So we'll look at your Sanford River Rats defense real quick. It's going to be Saliba behind the plate. Jake Mueller at first base. Daniel Spiker at second. Braden Calise is holding it down. Shortstop Stuart Puckett will be at the hot corner. Cameron King is in left. Dawson Mock is in center. Xavier Lopez is in right field. And up to bat for the Deland Suns, it'll be your league leader in home runs, Gavin Thomas. Has 6 of them in the regular season. He sees the first pitch and swings at it for strike number 1. Rylan Bozenhard throws absolute gas there on the mound. That next pitch misses high for ball number 1. And he had an outstanding summer for the Sanford River Rats. This is his second season in the FCSL. Played for the Leesburg Lightning last summer, part of that championship squad. But this year for the River Rats has a 2.52 ERA. This is going to be his 6th start of the season, 25 innings pitched, 36 strikeouts, absolutely phenomenal from him. Only 8 walks and 16 hits allowed. Last time we saw him on the mound was on July 10th. He went 4 innings and was able to nab the W. Struck out 6 in that outing. Next pitch from him, Thomas swings on this one, but it goes foul towards the Suns' bullpen, or dugout, excuse me.
What did you say, it was 7-13?
Gavin Thomas, again, also had a great summer. Both these guys all-stars. Thomas also participated in the home run derby, and rightfully so with 6 homers. But Thomas strikes out looking, what a breaking ball from Rylan Bozenhard on the mound, and that's going to be out number 2.
Second on the team.
So it'll be Holden Bronner who steps up to the plate. Bronner in outfield, and a lefty out there, so favorable matchup for him against the flamethrower Bozenhard. Bozenhard deals, first pitch, swinging, and this is shot straight towards the 6'5" gap. Brandon Calise made a good attempt at diving on it, actually got a piece of it on his arm, but unfortunately went right under. That was a 97.3 exit velo. A very, very fast hit ball. Killed a couple worms on his way to the outfield. So with the 2-out knock, it'll be Daniel Baez up to bat. Baez had one of the 3 Deland RBIs yesterday. Walked in Osman Melendez for the tying run in that 8th inning rally. And the Deland Suns, they were able to pull out a tight one yesterday. I mean, I was stressing it in that booth up there, but they were able to load the bases after a single by Osman Melendez and 2 consecutive walks. Daniel Baez made it 3 walks. Next pitch to him is in there for strike number 1. 1-1 count on Daniel Baez. Baez put together a great second half of the season. Finished off. Pickoff attempt to first base goes wide, so Holden Bronner will nab second base. He's turning. He's trying for 3. And it looks like it's going to be no challenge. Bozenhard tried picking him off at first base. Fortunately, just too wide of Mueller and went straight to the wall, to the field of play wall. And it looked like it was Xavier Lopez who had to go out there and get it. But Holden Bronner doesn't even have to sprint that much as he briskly strolls into third base. And now the Suns potentially have the first run of the game sitting 90 feet away. Daniel Baez still has a 1-1 count on him. The deal from Bozenhard misses low, so it'll be a 2-1 count. Deland dugout getting a little vocal after that excitement, and how can you not get excited? Bozenhard had 2 outs, and then Holden Bronner was able to reach first via a very, very hard-hit single through the left side, and then the E1 advances him all the way to third base. 3-1 count, favorable hitters count for Daniel Baez. Bozenhard deals, and that's called for a strike, so it'll be a full count. 3-2, 2 outs. First run of the ball game is 90 feet away. Holden Bronner represents it. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. That's going to be a drop, third strike. And the throw on over to first base is in time. So despite putting the first run of the game at third base, Suns unable to do anything as Bozenhard gets 2 strikeouts in this inning. And it will be the Rats half of the first when we come right back. Welcome to the Rats half of the first inning. Suns unable to do anything after Holden Bronner reached third base. And now it's the Rats turn the bat on the mound for the Deland Suns. And this one's going to be Lucas Johns, righty out of the University of Tampa. Joined the team rather recently. His first appearance was on July 12th, and here he is on July 22nd, pitching in the playoffs. In those 2 appearances, 5.62 ERA in 2 games, 8 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 7 hits. But leading things off for the Sanford River Rats, it's the MVP candidate. It's Dawson Mock. Mock has had an absolutely phenomenal season this summer. Broke the stolen base record this year with 36 of them. 405 average, 15 RBIs, 2 home runs, and 34 runs scored. Absolutely ridiculous numbers. And if you want to add the cherry on top, 1.166 OPS. Next pitch to him, misses inside for a ball. It will be a 2-1 count on Dawson Mock. Mock is getting a lot of hardware this summer. Again, the MVP candidate, so we'll see how that turns out. And, of course, won the home run derby during the 2025 FCSL All-Star game. Was, of course, an All-Star starter. I mean, with numbers like that, how can he not be? It's going to be a 3-1 count on Dawson Mock. Johns deals, swung on. This is sent straight towards Osman Melendez. He fields it, flips on over to first base for out number 1. Melendez had to reach a little bit for that ball, but was able to get to it in time. Flipped over to Judson Sayanis. And speaking of so, we'll take a look at your Deland defensive alignment. And this one is Jackson Janilla behind the dish. Judson Sayanis is at first base. Osman Melendez is at second. Connor O'Sullivan is at short. Eli Tidwell is at third. Gavin Thomas holds things down in left. Michael O'Brien, the quarterback, in center. And Holden Bronner in right field. Next batter for the Sanford River Rats is going to be the product out of UCF, Braden Calise, who's also had a phenomenal summer as well. Next pitch to him, taken for a strike. But Calise this summer, 408 average, 12 RBIs, and 20 runs scored, 1 home run as well. Next pitch to him, breaking ball, just misses outside. Calise had a great year at UCF and is looking forward to his senior season. Next pitch to him, outside again. So it's going to be a 3-1 count on Calise. Johns had Mock in a 3-1 count, but was able to induce contact to Osman Melendez, so we'll see if he tries to do the same here. Breaking ball is in there for strike number 2. Calise didn't like it so much. Just looked like it clipped the outside part of the zone, but it'll be a full count nonetheless. Also have a full umpiring crew today, as opposed to regular season games with a home plate and a field umpire. We have 2 field umpires here to make sure all our calls are precise. Calise makes contact on this one. That goes through the left side of the infield for a 1-out knock. So with Calise on base, that makes way for Stuart Puckett. Puckett, another player out of the University of South Florida, of course, plays with his teammate Dawson Mock, both of them having phenomenal summers. They also got significant playing time during their time at USF. Started off on the bench, at least to begin the season, but when injuries racked up, both got the call. But with them having the summers they are, I can't imagine that they won't be starters next year. First pitch to him is inside for ball number 1. Calise is also a threat on the bases. 17 stolen bases in the regular season. We'll see if they put him in motion here. Next pitch to Puckett. Breaking ball, missed. Good pitch right there by Johns. It'd be a 1-1 count on him. That curveball seems to be really working for him in this one. So we'll see how the Sanford batters adjust, and you have to imagine they do with just how phenomenal they've been this season. Calise dances over at first base, does not go, pitches inside, and it goes wild, so Calise will take second base, and now the River Rats have a runner in scoring position. Puckett this summer, 22 RBIs in 25 games. Absolutely phenomenal numbers from him. And I might sound like a broken record by the end of this one when I'm talking about the River Rats stats, but how can you not? This is popped sky high. Looks like Johns has a beat on it, and it's actually going to be, it will be him who brings it in for out number 2. Puckett just sent it straight towards the infield, maybe about 10, 15 feet in front of him. John's able to come down with it, so it'll be 2 outs. Rats still have a runner in scoring position. We'll see if the Suns strand him there or Jake Mueller is able to do anything with it. Mueller had a home run in that series against Deland in that Friday game here at historic Sanford Memorial Stadium. Excuse me, that wasn't Mueller. Mueller was brought in. It was Rucco who had that home run. Khalees at second. Mueller at the plate. Just joined the team recently, too. Swing on. Fielded by Tidwell. Throw on over to first base. Is in time. A cross diamond throw for Eli Tidwell. Strands the runner at second base. And we stay tied here as we go to the top of the second inning here at historic Sanford Memorial Stadium. Leading things off with the Deland Suns here in the top of the second inning is going to be Nathan Rico. Rico did not play in yesterday's contest, but Cameron Jurgens looking to shake things up. Rico brings some solid power behind him, and he's really picked up his bat as of recently. Played well as a pitcher earlier this season. Did well enough to earn Pitcher of the Week accolades, but dealing with a bit of a shoulder thing, so we've been seeing him as a batter, but he's been doing great. 320 average this season. First pitch is a breaking ball. He misses on that one for strike number 1, but in 12 games as a batter, 25 at-bats, 6 RBIs, 2 runs scored, 8 hits, a double, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts.
If you don't swing, you're going to be in an early hole.
Be a 1-1 count on him. Next pitch. Breaking ball up high, and hits the top part of the zone for strike number 2. Good breaking ball by Rylan Bosenhard there. Look, it started above the zone, but was able to float back down for a strike. Next pitch is a fastball up high that misses, so it'll be an even count on Nathan Rico. Rico is preparing to start his collegiate career at Stetson University. Kind of an advantage to him as he plays at his home ballpark this summer before playing there in the spring. And, of course, his teammate Cade Centracchio will be going alongside him. Next pitch, high fastball gets Rico as he falls behind and strikes out. With the strikeout, it'll be Michael O'Brien who comes up to bat. O'Brien had the go-ahead RBI in yesterday's contest. It was a one-out bases loaded situation. He was able to make contact on the mound. It was kind of a weird play as well, as it bounced off the mound and was able to be fielded by the second baseman. Luckily, the runner at first was able to make it to second in time, so they were unable to turn the double play and allowed Deland to bring across the go-ahead run. That was the last run of yesterday's contest to be scored and was just enough for them to advance out of the playing game. First pitch to him is a strike. Here's the next one. Fastball up high, misses, so it'll be a 1-1 count on him. Michael O'Brien's been a solid contact guy and a speedster for the Deland Suns. A little bit of a Swiss Army knife out there. There's that breaking ball again, and he misses. 324 average in the regular season, 13 walks as well, 13 stolen bases, so a lot of 13s, Baker's dozen. And if he's able to get on base, he wreaks havoc, but we've also seen him stretch out, sacrifice bunts for infield singles. But with no one on, you see him swinging here in this AB. Doesn't matter if he's in the starting lineup or coming off the bench as a pinch hitter / runner. He knows how to make an impact, and Bosenhard catches him looking for his second strikeout in a row, fourth of the game. So with 2 outs here, it's going to be Jackson Janilla, the catcher, up to bat. Bosenhard just absolutely filthy out there on the mound. A strikeout machine. He has a season high of 10, and that came on June 2nd against the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Janilla makes contact on this one. That's fielded. Throw on over to first base is in time. So a 1-2-3 inning for Ryland Bosenhard, and they'll be up. Still tied at 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Welcome back, as it's the Rats' half of the second inning. Leading things off for them is going to be Ruocco. Ruocco had a home run last time I saw him, at least, and that was in the Friday game. Actually, last time the FCSL saw him before this game. Of course, the River Rats had 3 days off as they didn't play yesterday for the playing game, and Saturday's game got rained out, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. We'll see how that affects them in this one. Maybe they're well rested, or maybe takes a little trouble to get them warmed up here, but they did put a runner in scoring position as Brandon Calise reached off a single and then was able to advance to second off a wild pitch. Bosenhard is also doing well right now with 4 strikeouts, but Lucas Johns is back on the mound for his second inning of work, and falls behind as the count now goes to 2-1 against Ruocco.
I was watching a major league game the other day, and the catcher was doing what he
Anthony Ruocco out of North Carolina, Greensboro. 304 average. His only home run of the season came in Friday's contest, but other than that, 14 RBIs on the season, 7 runs scored in 16 games played. Next pitch to him, swung on. That was loud contact, but that goes foul. Had a good beat on it, was just early on it, so pulled it towards the left side. If he held back just a little bit, might see that ball go a long way. It's 330 to both foul poles and 385 to dead center. So a little shorter than Stetson, or Conrad Park, I should say. But Ruocco is able to work a leadoff walk, and that will make way for Xavier Lopez, the X-Man. Earlier this season, not the last series, but the series before that, when Deland took on the Sanford River Rats, had a conversation with Coach Cameron Jurgens. And I mean, you had guys like Dawson Mock on this team, and of course Dawson Harmon is no longer with the team, but at that time he was, and is having a phenomenal summer. But I was talking to Coach Cameron Jurgens, said the most dangerous bat in that Rats order, and it's Xavier Lopez. Very patient guy, and is able to manufacture hits. Really interesting batting stance from him too. Pitch is in there for strike one, so it'll be a 1-1 count on Xavier Lopez. He is a bat to be trifled with this summer. 319 average, 15 RBIs, a homer, and 22 runs scored. Next pitch to him misses inside for a ball, so it'll be a 2-1 count on Xavier Lopez.
What was that supposed to signify? Not a foul.
With today being the first game of the semifinal, we also have the Leesburg Lightning and the Orlando Snappers facing off. Swung on and missed, so it'll be an even 2-2 count. Leesburg is playing at TFA today. That game is set to start in 3 minutes. Should be an interesting series, as it seemed like those two were going back and forth in the standings all the time. Next pitch up high, so it'll be a full count. Still no outs in the inning as Ruocco worked the leadoff walk. Lopez is the second batter we'll see, and Daniel Spiker makes out the top three. The payoff pitch to Lopez. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Strike out. Throw is wide right. Good attempt by Connor O'Sullivan to try to get the tag off the jump, but unfortunately Ruocco gets the stolen base, but Lopez strikes out for the first out of the inning.
Average 475 on base percentage. Tallahassee State, number 37, second baseman Daniel Spiker.
So it'll be Daniel Spiker up to bat. If you've watched my broadcasts before, you know how much of a fan I am of baseball names. Daniel Spiker, definitely one of them. Breaking ball misses wide for ball number one. Could be a volleyball name with the spike. Football. Of course, my favorite name on the Deland Suns, Maddox Meeks. The double M. Spiker makes contact on this one. That's going to land in right field. Ruocco rounds third base. Throw on over to home will not be in time and actually deflects off the glove. So Spiker takes second base off the throw. And an RBI puts the Sanford River Rats up on the board here in the second.
RBI.
That was a solid hit ball by Daniel Spiker there. It lands in right field. And it was an attempt by Holden Bronner to try to get the runner out. And it looked close. Unfortunately, the throw was just high and deflected off of Jackson Janilla's glove. So Spiker will take second base. And the Sanford River Rats are up 1-0. Still only one out in the inning. And the Rats retain the runner in scoring position. Now make way for Anthony Saliba to come up to bat.
And it was not on the overthrow. It was
Yep,
on.
he was going as soon as it came through.
First pitch, Saliba up high for ball number one. Luckily for Coach Cameron Jurgens yesterday, used 3 pitchers. Maddox Meeks went a good 5 2/3. Pitch swung on and missed. Max Meeks, of course, went 5 2/3. Dawson Turner went an inning and a third, and of course, Joey Irvin was able to put in 2 innings of work and record the W. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, floats in there for strike number 2. So Saliba falls behind with a 1-2 count here. Johns with an opportunity to recover after the RBI single from Daniel Spiker is ruled as a single, and him advancing to second base. On the throw, next pitch to him, fastball, misses high. Two-two count on Anthony Saliba. Pitch to him is wide right, so it'll be a full count. 3-2-1 on the scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner in scoring position. The payoff pitch from Lucas Johns. Swung on, fouled back and to the right, so we'll do it again.
At least he was going to right field.
John's already at 37 pitches thrown in his outing. Only here in the bottom of the second inning. The Deland bullpen is populated. No movement there, but... And the 3-2 misses low, so the Sanford River Rats have 2 runners on, are in danger of scoring more than 1 run here. And Lucas Johns he'll take a second to fix his uniform. And it's Drake Harmon coming up to bat. Harmon has been a solid piece in the outfield. 17 games he's appeared in this summer, 7 runs scored, 7 RBIs, 10 hits, and 45 at-bats. 12 walks compared to 12 strikeouts, 3 stolen bases with a 2.22 average in the regular season. Product out of the University of Georgia Southwestern State. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's where he's from. Runner at first and second. There is a play at any bag. First pitch to Harmon, up high for ball number 1. The Deland Suns were forced to battle yesterday, and we might see the same today. 3-game set. If you're them, you would like to come out with a victory today. Go home with a 1-0 advantage. And it's going to be a timeout, and Carson Walden's going to come out to talk to Lucas Johns. Coach Mike Powers does handle the pitching duties. Carson Walden is the first base coach for the Deland Suns, but with Powers handling the bullpen, Walden strolls on over to the mound to have a conversation with Lucas Johns. Runners at first and seconds. Anthony Saliba at first. Daniel Spiker at second. Spiker brought across the first run of the game as he scored Anthony Rucco with an RBI single. A long conversation out there on the mound, and here comes the home plate umpire. Probably getting some FOMO as he feels a little left out of that conversation. And with him arriving, the conversation breaks up, and Johns will continue in his outing. Sanford up by 1. Nothing from the Deland bullpen yet. Coach Cameron Juergens trusts his guy, and he does need his pitcher here to eat some innings. It's not like yesterday where it's a winner-take-all, everyone must go, or you must do everything to win the game. You still have some leeway with the 3-game set, but don't want to get too comfortable with it because a series loss means your summer's over. And sure, Coach Cameron Juergens wishes to return to the FCSL Championship. We saw him there last year in his first season as a coach for the Deland Suns. It's a 3-1 count now on Drake Harmon. 3 balls, a strike, only 1 out in the inning. Lucas Johns with the delivery, swung on. This is sent straight towards Oz Melendez. He throws on over to second. Throw to first is in time. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and the Suns get out of this one. But not before the Sanford River Rats bring one across. Anthony Rucco reaches on a leadoff walk, and it's Daniel Spiker who scores them. So the Rats are up 1-0 as we head to the top of the 3rd inning here at Sanford Memorial Stadium.
Out of FSU, Cole.
Leading off the inning for the Deland Suns is going to be Osmond Melendez. Melendez was that first piece in that 4-6-3 double play that got him out of that crucial situation. Depending on how this game develops, we'll see if that is the deciding factor. Osmond Melendez fouls off the first pitch he sees, fastball for strike number 1. Melendez was the tying run in yesterday's game. In that 8th inning, he was the first one to reach base off a leadoff single, was able to advance all the way to 3rd, and after the bases loaded, Daniel Baez walked to bring in Melendez. And here he is. Melendez has been swinging a pretty solid bat as of recent, but he is absolutely electric out there, and he swings on this one. It's popped up high, and it's going to be Braden Calise to bring it in for out number 1. So pop out in the infield starts us off here in the 3rd inning. If the Suns can keep it close, they have a chance. They had some late inning heroics last night, and they've seen that a lot. That first series of the regular season against the Winter Park Diamond Dogs, they were behind in all 3 of those games and were able to come back from it. Next pitch is swung on, fielded by Puckett, thrown over to first base. So 2 quick outs for Rylan Bozenhard here in the 3rd inning. That'll make way for Judson Sionis, the 10-hole hitter. Bozenhard only had 32 pitches, so very efficient outing for him. The pitch count for Lucas Johns, the Deland pitcher, went up a little bit after he found himself in trouble after 3 runners were able to reach base. Bozenhard to Sionis. Sionis makes contact on the first pitch, and this is popped high, and it's going to be Spiker who brings it in just barely in fair territory for the out. So a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Rylan Bozenhard there on the mound. Only 24 pitches he's thrown, or 34 pitches, he's thrown in this outing, and is on his way for a solid one in this one. Rats still lead 1-0, and it's their half of the 3rd coming right up.
That's a 5-pitch inning.
That was pretty efficient. That is what, yeah, that's what they call efficient.
Welcome back. It's the Rats half of the third inning. They lead 1-0, and maybe they can tack them some more here. Rats have been known to score early, and we saw that in Friday's victory over the Deland Suns. It ended up being a 6-4 win. Deland was able to come back a little bit, but Rats held on for the W, but they scored, I believe it was 3 in the second and 3 in the fourth. But first pitch to Cameron King. It's going to be outside for ball number 1. King is the 10-hole hitter, so after him the lineup will flip around, and we'll see Dawson Mock and Braden Calise. They make up the 3 minimum we'll see in this frame. Next pitch from Johns in there for strike number 1. 1-1 count. Lucas Johns on the mound was able to get out of this one. Hard hit ball to left field, but it's going to go foul. King slapped that one, but just went foul, so it'll be a 1-2 count on him. The 1-2 delivery from Johns. Swung on, and this is fouled to the right side this time. Seen a lot of fireworks here at Sanford Memorial Stadium. This stadium, of course, has seen a lot of baseball. And maybe we'll see history tonight. Next pitch. Swung on, is sent through the middle, so that'll be a leadoff single for Cameron King. And the Rats have their second leadoff runner in a row. And with that, the lineup flips over, and it's the ever-dangerous Dawson Mock who steps up to the plate.
He won the home run derby at the All-Star game.
Dawson Mock, couple of homers this season. Again, won the home run derby when it took place before the All-Star game. It was absolutely electric. I think he hit, 15 homers in that first go. This is grounded straight towards Sionis. Throw on over to second is in time. There will be no attempt. Mock is just too fast, so at least he reaches base on the fielder's choice. And that at least eliminates the lead-off runner, but things do not get easier with Dawson Mock. Of course, he broke the stolen base record here in the Florida League, finished the season with 36 of them. And Braden Calise steps up. Calise already has a single today. Has a single and was able to reach second base off a wild pitch. Mock is at first base. We'll see if they put him in motion. Melendez looks ready. They won't. First pitch to Braden Calise is in there for strike number 1. So it's going to be a 0-1 count on Braden Calise. Mock remains at first base as that pitch misses, so it'll be an even 1-1 count on the UCF product. Calise should also see some significant playing time at UCF. He was an everyday starter last season, and with so many guys getting drafted, especially the infielders, with Antonio Jimenez and Eddie and Espinal going to their respective teams. Mock goes, throw on over to second base, will not be in time as it skips in the dirt, goes into the outfield, so Mock will head to third. Throw to third will not be in time, so Mock has a stolen base, and the E2 advances him to third, and things get dangerous. You can't let Mock get on base because he will just wreak havoc on those base paths, as he did right there. Jackson Janilla's throw to second bounced before it reached the second base bag. It was an off play for Osmond Melendez there, so it skipped into the outfield. Michael O'Brien throws to third, but it was all for naught as Mock reaches there safely. 1 out in the inning, and Braden Calise has a 2-1 count on him. Already has a single, over 400 average during the regular season, so dangerous guy to have at the plate with another run standing only 90 feet away. Oh, breaking ball right there. Has Calise confused as he swings and misses on that one. Great pitch by Lucas Johns to recover. He does need the strikeout here as an RBI groundout or a solid enough fly to the outfield will bring in Mock. Mock dancing there at third. Fastball shot through the left side. Braden Calise has an RBI single, and the Rats are up 2-0. That was a hard hit ball for Braden Calise right there. 89.8 miles per hour exit velo went straight through the 5-6 gap, and now the Rats are up by 2. Dawson Mock reached on the fielder's choice, but despite it, he stole second and then was able to advance to third after a missed throw, and now the Rats are up by 2. Action in the Deland bullpen as well. First pitch to Stuart Puckett is in there for strike number 1. So Braden Calise has 2 hits on the day now and an RBI. And Puckett makes contact on this one. Gavin Thomas is under, brings it in for out number 2. Calise remains at first base. So after the RBI single, Johns is able to record a fly out for out number 2. You do also have to attribute that aggressive base running to head coach Jesse Litch, former Toronto Blue Jay, as he also assumes third base duties. He's been there the whole season, and he's been very aggressive on the base pass with the River Rats.
Deland go to the stopper down 2 runs.
So it's going to be Jake Mueller up to bat as he fouls off this one.
And how many runs do you have to be down before you start throwing? Nobody's. 4? 5?
Every more than that.
Jake Mueller. Righty. Pitch misses, so it'll be an even 1-1 count on Mueller. Last time he was up, he grounded out as a 5-3 ground out.
Like now, it's probably 6 or 15 innings, probably. Closer to 4, 5, or 6.
Playoff baseball is the same thing.
The pitch to Mueller. Runner goes. Throw on over to second. Not in time. That was a good throw by Genoa, but unfortunately, Calise just too speedy for the catcher, and he has himself a stolen base in this one. Two stolen bases in the inning for the River Rats. Mueller has a 2-1 count on him. The next pitch swung on. This ball is sent high and foul as it lands on the roof of Sanford Memorial Stadium. So it'll be a 2-2 count on Jake Mueller. Calise is at second in scoring position after the stolen base. Has an RBI this inning already after the single through the left side brought in Mock. The next pitch to Mueller. Breaking ball outside misses. Will be a full count. Expect Calise to be going here with 2 outs. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. Rats up by 2. They were able to tack on 1 more. There is action in the Deland bullpen, so we'll see just how long Johns' leash is. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Fouled towards the Deland dugout.
Did the swing so good,
Runner at second will be going as it's a payoff pitch with 2 outs. Here's the delivery. Swung on, and this is sent towards right field. Bronner has a beat on it, comes in, brings it in, and that's out number 3. But the Sanford River Rats tack on 1 more to extend their lead to 2. They lead 2-0, and we head to the top of the 4th inning.
Too many people on it.
Leading things off with the Deland Suns, it's going to be Eli Tidwell, the leadoff man in the lineup, as it flips over after last inning. First pitch to him misses for ball number 1. So it'll be the 1-2-3 of the Suns lineup. It'll be Eli Tidwell, Gavin Thomas, and Holden Bronner to level things out. Breaking ball misses, so Tidwell is able to pull ahead in the AB 2-0. Bosenhart's been pretty efficient in this one, 35 pitches and 3 complete innings of work. Next pitch, Tidwell misses high, so he's kind of lost the strike zone, at least in this at-bat, as Tidwell is able to pull ahead 3-0. Can't imagine him swinging with this count, but I'm also not down there. 3-0 pitch misses, so Eli Tidwell walks in 4 pitches, and the Deland Suns have their second base runner of the game. Before this, Bosenhart was able to retire his last 7 batters, had 3 strikeouts in that, 4 in his outing total, and that makes way for Gavin Thomas to come up to bat. Thomas, a dangerous power threat, 6 homers on the season. It's going to be a breaking ball up high. Thomas takes for strike number 1. Tidwell at first. Thomas swings and makes contact on this one. That goes foul. Yesterday, Thomas was 1 for 3 and 2 strikeouts, so at least coming into this one before his strikeout in the first, 333 average. Have to imagine that is now a 250 average in the playoffs. The Sanford River Rats had the bye. Runner goes. Thomas swings and misses on that one, so he strikes out, but Eli Tidwell has a stolen base and puts a runner in scoring position for the Deland Suns. That's Thomas's second strikeout of the day, and that will make way for Holden Bronner. Bronner had a great night last night, had 2 doubles and runs scored in yesterday's contest. It's actually the first run for Deland to come across. So after the 4-pitch walk, Gavin Thomas strikes out on 3 pitches. Holden Bronner takes his first pitch for a strike. Bosenhart looks like to have recovered after that leadoff walk. Doesn't seem phased about the runner in scoring position. Next pitch to Bronner. Check swing and lands inside the zone for strike number 2. So Bosenhart ahead of this batter as well, as he has Bronner with an 0-2 count. Tidwell still stands at second base. He was able to advance on the Gavin Thomas strikeout. Next pitch to Bronner down low for a ball. Bosenhart has been absolutely lights out this season. Seems like he's keeping that same momentum in this one. It was really hard for the Rats to really piece together some consistency in their schedule. Of course, they haven't played in 3 days, but there was a good stretch where just weather was absolutely awful here in Sanford, and Holden Bronner swings on the breaking ball for a strikeout. So that's going to be Bosenhart's 6th strikeout of the day today. He has a season high of 10 and has only reached 6 strikeouts 4 times this season. So good stuff by Bosenhart out there on the mound. He hasn't pitched in 12 days, but that doesn't seem to affect him. First pitch, Daniel Baez misses outside. Baez, a very patient batter up there, so might be able to do something with 2 outs here and a runner on. Next pitch to Baez, swung on, fouled. Tidwell was able to lead off the inning with a base knock and advance to second with stolen base, but Bozenhard locked in. Struck out the next two. Now has Baez with a 1-1 count. Baez makes contact on this one. It deflects off the glove of Bozenhard. It's a 4-3 play, and they get the out. What a play by Daniel Spiker there. Good heads-up baseball as it deflects off of Bozenhard's glove. Spiker's able to make the play. Daniel Baez unable to beat out the throw. That looked like a single all over, but Bozenhard was able to get a hand on it and deflect it. Coach Cameron Jurgens is having a word with the field umpire here. Looks like he doesn't like the call, but unfortunately that will stand. Coach Cameron Jurgens still out there looking for answers, and he's just not going to get them, so he'll walk back to the dugout. But despite that, the Suns put a runner in scoring position, but the Ryland Bozenhard is able to strike out two, and a great play by Daniel Spiker. That is a 1-4-3 put out to bring us to the bottom half of the fourth inning, coming right up. Great defense by them was able to prevent the Suns from getting on the board, and it'll be Anthony Rucco who starts things off for the River Rats. He just had a home run last Friday, so good power from him. It's still Lucas Johns on the mound. There is movement in the Deland bullpen, however, so we'll see just how long his leash is as he comes out for his fourth inning of work. He's already allowed 2 runs in this outing, but some good defense and has been able to limit the damage. Next pitch is outside, so it'll be a 2-0 count on Rucco. John's unable to record a 1-2-3 inning as of yet. The least he's seen is 4 batters. As contact is made, this is hit towards Melendez. Weak grounder thrown over to first base in time for out number 1. It's a 4-3 put out. Oscar Melendez has been a little busy there at second base, as that is his 3rd assist of the day. That'll make way for Xavier Lopez, nicknamed the X-Man, here in Sanford. Xavier Lopez out of Rollins College, so he was able to play at his home ballpark when they face the Winter Park Diamond Dogs this season, as they play at Rollins College. Saw a lot of Rollins guys on that team, but Xavier Lopez came to the River Rats and is now part of the team that's the favorites to play in the championship. Next pitch, 2. This is up high. Sanford River Rats won their last championship in 2020. Of course, Leesburg has won 3 in the last 5. Deland, I believe, has won their last championship in 2019. I'm going to double check myself really quickly. Next pitch to Lopez. swung on, fouled. Excuse me, the Deland Suns last time won in 2018, two-time champions, as they won in 2012 as well. They were the runner-ups last year as they lost to the Leesburg Lightning in the championship series.
Always the bridesmaids.
Coach Cameron Jurgens, in his second season with the Land, hopes to visit the championship series in as many years he's coached this, but ball is down low, so Lopez will stroll on over to first base with a walk.
Didn't think so. Ball four.
So it'll be a base on balls with one out, and that makes way for Daniel Spiker to come up to bat. Spiker had an RBI single last time up in the second, so we'll see what he does with Lopez at second.
Timeout on the field.
And it'll be Coach Cameron Jurgens coming out. He looks towards the bullpen, so... And yes, it's going to be a call to the bullpen, so we'll be right back with a new pitcher from the mound, and we'll tell you all about him when we come right back. New arm on the mound for the Deland Suns. It's going to be John Havens. Havens with a 1-1 record, and this is going to be his first appearance in this playoff. Bunt laid down, fielded by Tidwell. Only play he has is that first. Throw on over to first is in time, but good sacrifice bunt right there to move the runner on over to second. That was Xavier Lopez who laid it down. Or excuse me, that was Spiker. Lopez moved on over to second. So that's going to go as an SAC. And now the Sanford River Rats have a runner in scoring position. They are confident that Anthony Saliba will manufacture something here as there's 2 outs in the inning. Lopez at second base has solid speed as well. Saliba the catcher, first pitch he sees from Haven. This is swung on and sent to left center field, but it's popped high. Gavin Thomas has it, brings it in for out number 3. So the Deland Suns are able to strand Xavier Lopez and keep the game at 2-0, and we're going to head to the top of the 5th inning coming right up.
Leaving too many people on base here.
Welcome back. It's Nathan Rico who leads things off for the Deland Suns here. Rico, this is going to be his second at-bat. Struck out last time. It's still Bosenhard on the mound. He's been absolutely lights out for the River Rats in this one and efficient as well. 4 innings pitched, only a hit and a walk allowed, and it struck out 6 in the outing. First pitch to Rico is up high for ball number 1. But yeah, Bosenhard in 4 innings of work has 49 pitches thrown. It's 48, and that's that was 50 and 51 right there. Say 2-0 count on Rico. Suns only down by 2 in the 5th inning. Bosenhard's been absolutely lights out. Havens and Johns have been able to keep it close. Rico now with a 2-1 count. Here's a delivery. Breaking ball misses high for ball number 3. It'll be Rico, O'Brien, and Janilla. Next pitch, swung on, hard contact, hit straight towards Puckett. He's unable to grab it. Throwing over to first will not be in time as Rico beats it out for an infield single. That was a hard hit ball towards Puckett. Puckett was able to get a glove on it and at least stop the ball, but unable to bring it in. Still a difficult play to make, so it's ruled as a leadoff single for Nathan Rico. I'll make way for Michael O'Brien. O'Brien also struck out last time, struck out looking. One of Bosenhard's 6 Ks in this one. O'Brien shows bunt, pulls back to take ball number 1. Single for Rico, and that is the second leadoff runner for the Suns and third base runner for them in this contest. As opposed to the River Rats, they've had 8 guys reach base. Next pitch is down low, so it'll be a 2-0 count on Michael O'Brien. O'Brien did play yesterday and went 0 for 4 with the day, but did have an RBI off that ground out, brought in the go-ahead run. And that next pitch misses, so it'll be 3-0 on O'Brien. Bosenhard in danger of his second 4-pitch walk here. Here's a 3-0, and it does clip the inside part of the zone for strike number 1. So 3-1, misses high, and that's a walk, and the Suns have 2 runners on. Rico moves to second and into scoring position. And this is the first time today that the Deland Suns have had 2 runners on, and it looks like there's going to be a conversation with Bozenhard after the leadoff single, and O'Brien walks. O'Brien represents the tying run at first base, as the go-ahead is Jackson Janilla, and he'll step up to the plate. But with the conversation going on the mound, Coach Cameron Jurgens has a conversation with his 2 base runners, Janilla, and it looks like Ozzy Melendez is out there, as Melendez is in the on-deck circle. Sean McArdle joins the conversation to put his input. McArdle used to be the third base coach for the Deland Suns, got sick, so Coach Cameron Jurgens assumed those duties, but when he came back, kept those duties, and McArdle's been handling a lot of the bench coach duties as well as statistical analysis for the team. But the home plate umpire will go and break up the conversation on the mound. Or maybe he's just curious and wants to join. Does get lonely there behind the plate. So things will be broken up on the mound. And the runners will return to their positions. And it's going to be Jackson Janilla with a prime opportunity. Janilla did have a single in yesterday's game. It was just a nicely hit ball through the middle of the infield. Saw kind of an unlucky play last time, as it was a 1-4-3 to get Daniel Baez out with Eli Tidwell on. Baez made solid contact. Unfortunately, Bozenhard was able to make contact and deflect the ball towards Spiker. First pitch swing for Janilla. He was swinging for the fences on that breaking ball, but misses for strike number 1. So the next pitch, this is outside, so it'll be a 1-1 count on Jackson Janilla. Janilla just recently joined the team as well, and he's provided some stability in that catcher position. Used to be a platoon with guys like Samuel Fernandez, Eris Rivera playing there, but no Rivera today. I don't know if he's still with the team, and Fernandez left long ago. Double steal attempt, but Janilla fouls his back. Looked like a hit and run scenario there, but with the foul ball, the runners will be forced to return to first and second base. Deland down by 2. They need something to at least answer, keep themselves in it, and apply pressure to the Rats. Bozenhard at 61 pitches now. No outs, 2 runners on. Next pitch, Janilla, breaking ball, swung on, miss. Obviously frustrated that he missed that one there. Bozenhard collects his 7th strikeout of the day, and that makes way for Osmond Melendez. Melendez, nicknamed the Wizard of Oz in Deland, Florida, for his defensive ability there. Ozzy popped out last time. First pitch he sees is a breaking ball that's able to sneak into the zone for a strike. Things continue to be Connor O'Sullivan after Osmond Melendez. O'Sullivan does have a home run in this ballpark. Hit one in Friday's loss against the River Rats. Next pitch to Melendez. Swung on and fouled to the right side, so he falls behind 0-2. It's Deland's best opportunity today with 2 runners on, with the tying run on as well. This is also their 3rd opportunity with a runner in scoring position, but Bozenhard has been able to lock down the offense, and his defense is also providing him some assistance. 0-2 pitch outside, so it'll be a 1-2 count on him. Good on Saliba to keep it in front of him. It is somewhat of a long backstop here at Sanford Memorial Stadium, so any pass ball does ensure that the runners advance. There is a play at any bag for the Sanford defense, so we'll see what they're able to do here. If Bozenhard records a strikeout or maybe induces some weak contact. Throw on over to second is in time as he catches Rico sleeping there. So Rico will be forced to walk back to the Suns dugout. And now Bozenhard has 2 outs and only a runner at first base. Great heads-up throw by him there to get the leadoff runner.
You might want to slide just to make it look good.
Bozenhard threw on over to Khalees, and Khalees beat Rico to the bag. No attempt to slide or anything there, so Rico forced back. Attempt to now pick off O'Brien. It doesn't get him, but wow, what a situation for the Deland Suns. They started off with no outs and runners at first and second. Bozenhard gets a strikeout, and then he picks off Rico. Runner goes, ball misses, ball is in the dirt, so it will not be in time. And Michael O'Brien has a stolen base here, and that puts a runner back in scoring position, but they're going to need a hit here to bring him in.
Just where Bozenhard wants him.
Yeah, the mistake there was the timing. He didn't hold. I mean, he got no call.
Deland Suns still a chance to at least bring one across in this frame. The Sanford River Rats have been doing everything they can to deny them that. Next pitch misses, so Melendez works the full count. With 2 outs, we'll see O'Brien in motion at second base.
So we just almost thrown 2 of them over his head now.
Next pitch to Melendez, down low, so he'll walk on over to first base, and it'll be Judson Sionis who comes up to bat. You know, you always think hindsight is 20/20. You think coulda, shoulda, woulda, and if Rico wasn't caught there, would have been a bases-loaded situation for Deland with 1 out. Instead, they have runners at first and second with 2. Judson Sionis comes up to the plate. He popped out to the second baseman last time up.
This O'Sullivan.
Oh, excuse me, it's Connor O'Sullivan,
Much though.
as that was Osman Melendez who walked. I read 1 player ahead in my score sheet. Do apologize for that. So O'Sullivan got out with a 5-3 putout last time. Pitch to O'Sullivan. It's in there for a strike. Good breaking balls. There'll be a 1-1 count on them. O'Sullivan does have a home run in this ballpark as he went to the opposite field last Friday. Melendez at first. O'Brien at second. O'Sullivan with a chance. That next pitch is in there as it clips the lower outside corner. Strike number 2. Good fastball by Bozenhard there. Bozenhard with a strikeout in the frame and now is close to collecting his 8th strikeout of his outing. Time is called on the field as it looks like a ball got loose behind the backstop. It looked like a bullpen ball rolled a little too far. But he's got it, so we'll resume play. Runners at first and second. Connor O'Sullivan represents a go-ahead run. The pitch from Bozenhard outside, so it'll be an even 2-2 count. Deuces are wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on as well. It's a 2-0 score, and if you want to get even a little extra with that, Suns have 2 hits in the game. Next pitch to O'Sullivan. Breaking ball catches him looking, so that's going to be a strikeout for Rylan Bozenhard. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. 5 innings pitched. Absolutely lights out stuff from the guy on the mound there. And we'll be right back. Rats still lead 2-0. Welcome back. As leading things off in the bottom of the 5th inning is going to be Drake Harmon for the Sanford River Rats. It's going to be his second AB of the game. Last time Harmon hit into a double play, the only double play we've seen today. Havens still on the mound, only has gone through 2/3 innings of work. Then first pitch to Havens, good. Looked like a slider right there in there for a strike. Next pitch to Harmon, up high. The Suns have been able to put runners on, but Ryland Bosenhard and the Sanford defense have absolutely shut them down, giving their offense the opportunity to tack on some more. Still a close one as the Suns are up 2-0, or excuse me, the Rats are up 2-0 over the Suns. One-two pitch to Harmon. Misses outside. Close one. So it'd be a 2-2 count. Havens on the mound. Harmon the leadoff man. Pitch to him. Swung on. Fouled to the left side. So it'll be a 2-2 count. It'll be Harmon, King, and Mock in this one. Breaking ball misses, so 3-2 now on Harmon. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch from Havens, excuse me. This is sent straight towards O'Sullivan. He fields it. Throw on over to first base in time for out number 1. So that makes way for Cameron King. King had a single last time he was up, but fortunately with Dawson Mock hitting into a fielder's choice was put out. But he is 1 for 1 on the day, and we'll see if he's able to manufacture something here. First pitch swung on, and this is sent towards center field. In comes Gavin Thomas. He brings it in for a quick out number 2. First pitch swinging for Cameron King, but up comes the ever dangerous Dawson Mock to the plate. Dawson Mock has come around and scored. Last time he was up, he hit into that fielder's choice, but I mean, when you're having as great a season as he is, you wouldn't mind him getting on base regardless if it costs an out. First pitch to him, slider in there for strike number 1. After that fielder's choice, Mock was able to steal second and advance to third after an errant throw on that stolen base. And he scored after a Braden Khalil single through the left side. 0-1 count on him. Havens settles in. Here's a delivery in there for a strike. So it'll be 0-2 count on him. Dawson Mock asking the home plate umpire where that was. And a lot of balls are moving from the Sanford bullpen. That's, I believe, the second one this inning or this frame, and third one today in general. Unfortunately, I can't see who's warming up in that bullpen, but pitches are seemingly going a little wild. Next pitch from Havens, wide to the left. Wide right if you're Havens, but wide left from our POV. So it'll be a 1-2 count on Dawson Mock. Next pitch to him, swung on, foul to the left side. One-two count. There is action in the Sanford bullpen, so we'll see if Bosenhard comes out again. He's standing next to Coach Jesse Litch there in the dugout. Next pitch to Mock, misses outside, so he's able to bring it back to a 2-2 count. Deuces are wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Good breaking ball by Havens there. Strikes out the MVP favorite And the Sanford River Rats go down 1-2-3 for the first time this game. So the Suns are due up next as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
Number 9, Davidson pitching. 9, Davidson.
Davidson. So it's the Suns half the 6th inning. As Judson Sayanis will lead things off, the 10-hole batter. Last time Sayanis batted, he popped out to the second baseman. But it's a new arm on the mound for the Sanford River Rats. It's going to be Nicholas Davidson. This is going to be his 11th appearance this season, and first pitch goes up high. But 4.84 ERA on the season, does have a save, 13 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 13 hits allowed. Last time we saw him was on July 18th in that 6-4 victory over the Suns. Pitched an inning and allowed an earned run. Also got the save in that one as he pitched in the 9th. Struck out 1 as well. So Suns were able to bring 1 across, and they need that right now as they're down 2-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. Still plenty of time left, but you don't want to wait till the last second. But they did that yesterday, and it worked out for them as they were able to score 2 in the bottom of the 8th. And with Bosenhard out, maybe they find success with a new arm on the mound. 1-1 count on Judson Sayanis. Next pitch to him. Breaking ball up high.
Wow.
Sails over the head of Saliba for a ball.
He's already looking at the bullpen.
The 2-1 fastball. Sayanis able to foul this one back, so it's an even 2-2 count on him. The 2-2 swung on strikeouts. That's a high fastball. It tempts Sionis, and he swings and misses on that one. So the new arm out of the pen records his first out, and it's a strikeout. And with that out, it flips over the Suns' order. So it'll be Eli Tidwell, who led things off to start this game. And following him, it'll be Gavin Thomas. Favorable lefty-on-lefty matchup for the pitcher out there. First pitch to him is a strike. Looks like Davidson found his stuff after he sailed a couple over Saliba's head. Next pitch is inside, close one, fastball. Looking at the other game going on today, they're in the top of the 4th inning at the First Academy. It's tied 1-1 as the Leesburg Lightning face the Orlando Snappers in that series. The semifinal, Leesburg and Orlando will decide who goes on to the championship representing the East. Whoever wins this series between Deland and Sanford represents the West. Next pitch to Tidwell, breaking ball up high. Tidwell able to lay off of it for a ball. So it'll be a full count on Eli Tidwell. Davidson has a breaking ball with a good break. Fastball down low gives Tidwell the walk, and he reaches base for the 2nd time today.
That's just what you did not want to do, right?
That's Tidwell's 2nd walk of the day. He was able to reach last inning, or excuse me, in the 4th inning. Off a walk 2, and was able to advance the 2nd with a stolen base, was stranded right there. So with that, Gavin Thomas is up to bat. You really want to see him going here. Had a hit last games. Good slider there from Davidson to record a strike. Thomas has struck out twice today, struck out looking and struck out swinging. And some loud contact here would make it a brand new ball game. Next pitch is up high to Thomas, so it's an even 1-1 count on him now. Coach Cameron Jurgens laying down some signs. Maybe there's something, maybe there's nothing. Only time will tell. Next pitch to Thomas is a slider, but moves a little too far inside for a ball. Do have to assume Havens will come out again as there's no action in the Deland bullpen. Thomas fouls this one off, so it'll be an even 2-2 count on him. Davidson, the pitcher on the mound, product out of Florida Southern College. First year in the Florida League, and he's going to be a senior when he returns back to Florida Southern. The next pitch will not be as pickoff attempt at first base, try to keep Tidwell honest. Tidwell does have a stolen base on the day. One of 2 of Deland's stolen bases in this contest. River Rats have been the driver's seat on this one. Bozenhard, a phenomenal showing on the mountains. Shut down the Suns offense, and the Rats offense was able. Tidwell goes. A sky-high ball sent. Tidwell doesn't realize that he's going to have to run back to first, and it's fielded by Dawson Mock. That was a very, very long flyout for Gavin Thomas there. Looked like it was popped up, but it traveled well into right center field there as looked like Mock reached the warning track to record that out. But luckily for the Suns, it doesn't result in a double play. That actually happened yesterday. And with that, Holden Bronner steps up to the plate. So with the long flyout, that's 2 outs for the Deland Suns. Tidwell still remains at first base. Holden Bronner puts solid wood on the ball. Shoots it through the left side for a single. That advances Tidwell to second base, and the Suns have a runner in scoring position again. But the Rats' defense and pitching have absolutely shut them down. This is not the first opportunity. Actually, it is the fifth opportunity the Suns have had with a runner in scoring position and just have not been able to do anything with it. Daniel Baez steps up to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Baez swings and misses on the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Tidwell at second. Bronner at first base. Baez at the plate. Suns in need of something to put the pressure on the Rats. Davidson delivers, swung on, and this goes just foul as it was a hard hit ball, but was not able to get past the first base bag. So if Baez is going to do anything, it's with 2 outs and 2 strikes here. To the 0-2 to Baez, swung on, and it's a strikeout for Davidson. And the Sanford River Rats strand the Suns again. Suns put a runner in scoring position and the tying run on base, but Davidson was able to strike out Daniel Baez to leave him right there. They still keep their 2-0 lead, and we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, coming right up. Leading things off for the Sanford River Rats here in the bottom of the 6th is going to be Braden Calise. Calise has successfully reached both times as he is 2 for 2 of the day, 2 singles, and has an RBI and a stolen base under his belt. First pitch to him misses for a ball. 1-1. Calise makes solid contact, and that is in the gap, but it stays high long enough for Michael O'Brien to get to it and record out number 1. So with that, Stuart Puckett steps up to the plate. Puckett 0 for 2 in the day. Popped out to the first baseman and flew out to left field. Last time he was up in the 3rd. Here he is 3 innings later in the 6th. First pitch to him, swung on, foul to the left side. Doesn't sound like it hit a car, but it definitely went straight towards the parking lot. I parked in a field that's adjacent to the stadium to avoid any foul balls, but it is a long walk. This is hit towards Osman Melendez. He fields it, throws on over to Judson Sionis for out number 2. So quick 2 outs for John Havens here in the 6th inning. And now he is through 2 1/3 with only 19 pitches thrown. So very efficient for the guy out of the bullpen. He did win line of the night and actually pitcher of the week accolades. Pitcher of the week for the final week of the regular season of the Florida League. Next pitch from Haven, swung on, breaking ball, and goes foul. In that pitcher of the week performance, this ball is fouled off. Havens went 4 1/3 last week, only allowing 1 hit and a walk, striking out 4. He earned the final pitcher of the week recognition alongside Hayden Gustafson for player of the week. Gustafson went 550 with 3 home runs. This is a hard hit ball in the gap. It's going to land in shallow left center field. The center fielder O'Brien is able to get to it to keep Mueller at first base, and the Suns have a 2-out base runner here in the 6th inning. With that, Ruocco is up to bat. Ruocco has a home run this season. I feel like I've said that like 4 times already this broadcast, but it's good to remember that. As he walks up to Crazy Train, maybe in memory of the late Ozzy Osbourne, as that was announced today. Pitch is in there for strike number 1 to Ruocco. There is action in the Deland bullpen. It doesn't seem like the pitchers are throwing full length yet, so Havens has pitched 2 1/3, but it's only thrown 24 in his outing. Contact is made, but it's sent high. Michael O'Brien has a beat on it, brings it down for out number 3. So the Rats are able to put on a 2-out single, but Havens retires the next batter he sees, and the Rats are still up 2-0 as we head to the top of the 7th inning here at Sanford Memorial Stadium. Welcome back as the Suns lead off the 7th inning, starting things off for them. It's going to be Nathan Rico up to bat. It's also a new arm on the mound for the River Rats. First pitch to Rico is up high. He swings and misses on that one for strike number 1. But on the mound for the Sanford River Rats, it's going to be Brady Wright, who's just been absolutely lights out on the pitcher's mound. He's recorded a humble 1 ERA on the season and 5 appearances, mainly a starter last season. 4 starts, 18 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 10 hits issued. Last time we saw him was actually in the All-Star game as he pitched. That was all the way back in July 8th. He pitched an inning and allowed a run in that outing. But phenomenal seasons, limited to opposing batters to just a 161 average, and doesn't get much better in the, or actually does get better in the on-base percentage as guys are able to work walks with a 264 on-base percentage. This is fouled back. It's Rico battles, so it'll be a 3-2 count on him. Rico 1 for 2 on the day with a single. He had a hard hit single that bounced off the glove of Puckett last time he was up. Next pitch to him, swings and misses on that one. So Wright, in his first appearance in the playoffs, strikes out Rico to start off the 7th. That'll make way for Michael O'Brien. O'Brien did reach last time on a walk, and he was able to reach second off a stolen base. Struck out in his first plate appearance in the second, so we'll see what he does here with 1 out. First pitch to O'Brien, swung on, missed. Rico was able to foul off some, but the few pitchers that Wright has seen, they haven't really been able to get a beat on his pitches. Next pitch hits the inside part of the zone, so Wright has O'Brien behind 0-2. Wright, good amount, has good velo behind his pitches, and it looks like there's good movement behind him too. 0-2 pitch, off speed, misses outside, so it's ball 1. The 1-2 on O'Brien. Breaking ball, slider, or a curveball that's in there for strike number 3. Catches O'Brien looking. That's O'Brien's second strikeout looking of the day. And that's 2 strikeouts in a row for the new arm out of the pen, Brady Wright. Absolutely phenomenal shutdown stuff. There is action in the Deland bullpen, so we'll see if Havens comes out again. Next pitch to Janilla, misses for strike number 1. Brady Wright throwing straight cheddar on the mound as Janilla swings on that breaking ball. It was low and in the dirt, but it was moving too quick for Janilla to get a solid read on it. He tried making a pass, but misses, and home plate umpire says he went. 0-2, and that catches him looking. So the new arm out of the pen, Brady Wright, strikes out the side. Strikes out Rico swinging. O'Brien and Janilla go out looking. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Sanford River Rats, and we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're stretching here at Sanford Memorial Stadium. Excuse me for that late return, but Xavier Lopez leads things off for the Sanford River Rats, and he gets plunked to start things off. It's still Havens on the mound. There is still action in the Deland bullpen, so we'll see just how tight the leash is. Xavier Lopez is also a dangerous guy to have on the base pass. So it's going to be Daniel Spiker up on the mound. Lopez had 4 stolen bases this summer, so is capable of swiping a bag.
You sent that.
I did?
Yes.
It's going to be Daniel Spiker up to bat. Spiker fouls this one back, so it'll be a 1-1 count on him.
Sleep texting.
I don't even know what the heck's going on.
So the HBP puts Lopez at first base. Spiker has an RBI single right across the first run of the ball game. Hard hit ball. Could bring in another, but good breaking ball by Havens there. Sneaks in there, so it'll be a 1-2 count on Daniel Spiker here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Suns running out of chances here, so they need to keep the Rats right here where it is. Still a 2-all ball game. Ball misses outside, so it'll be a 2-2 count on Daniel Spiker. The 2-2, runner on first, and it plunks Spiker now, so 2 hit by pitches in a row. Havens had 2 strikes on Spiker, but instead hits them, so that puts a runner in scoring position. Nothing from Coach Cameron. Excuse me, I spoke too soon. Coach Cameron Jurgens coming out. Have to assume Havens' day is over. Has a solid outing, but he is responsible for those 2 runners out there. No movement from the bullpen yet. It actually looks like Havens might remain in there. Coach Cameron Jurgens just having a conversation with his guy. Rats have 2 runners on, no outs in the inning. He plunked Xavier Lopez with the first pitch. And then with a 2-2 count, he hits Spiker to move Lopez to second and put a second runner on. Coach Cameron Jurgens having a conversation with his guy out there, trying to just instill some confidence out there. Still a 2-0 ball game, and there is a play at any bag. So we'll see how they do here. The home plate umpire coming to see what the fuss is about on the mound. So they'll break up, and it's going to be Anthony Saliba with 2 runners on. Saliba is 0-1 for the day, did reach on a walk. That walk came in the 3rd inning, flew out last time in the 5th. Prime opportunity to tack on some insurance with 2 runners on. Pitch to Saliba, bunt shows, but he pulls back for a ball. Good sack bunt opportunity here. You sacrifice the out to put 2 runners in scoring position and take this game out of the reach of the Deland Suns, because a good rally brings them right back into it. Next pitch. Bunt is made. Weak contact. Havens fields it. Tries to throw to first, but instead, and the ball goes wild off of home, so the leadoff man will score, and it's Spiker rounding around second. Saliba makes it all the way to first base, and what a bunt from Anthony Saliba. He laid down some weak contact. Havens tried going to third base, hesitated, so he threw on over to first to try to quickly get Saliba out. That ball goes wide, so both Lopez and Spiker score. Wow, what a play. This game has now gone and out of hand for the Sanford River Rats as they're up by 4 here in the 7th.
If I had to choose one.
What a sequence of events I just witnessed right now. Saliba turns a bunt and is able to advance all the way to third base. And now the infield is playing in to prevent any more runs from coming across. This is exactly what the Sanford River Rats needed to put themselves out of this one. Deland has threatened, but they just haven't been able to bring the runs across. And now they bring across 2 on the misplay.
First pitch was called strike.
Yes.
So Saliba now stands at third. Spiker scores. Lopez scores. And you have to imagine with a 4-run lead, Sanford doesn't have to do much to hold on to this one. Pitch to Drake Harmon. This is fielded by Eli Tidwell. That's a chopper thrown over to first. Is in time for the first out of this inning. With the infield playing in, Saliba was forced to stay at third base. That's going to be a 5-3 putout right there, and that'll make way for Cameron King. Infield will still be forced to play in with only 1 out and a runner at third. What a way to break this game open by the Sanford River Rats here. Next pitch is in there for strike number 1. Pitch contact is made, but it goes foul. Cameron King,
Here we go, straight steal ball. Here we go.
1 for 2 on the day. Did have a single in the third. No extra base hits yet in this one. Next pitch to King, swung on. This is sent foul and out of reach for Justin Sionis. Only 1 out here. Havens has to keep it here. But a 4-0 lead.
Third, they can't bring him in.
2 plunks by John Havens. Lopez started things off as he was hit from the first pitch. Spiker worked a 2-2 count, then was hit by the pitch, and then Anthony Saliba lays down the sack bunt. This is sent towards center field. We'll see if Saliba tags up. Brought in by O'Brien. Saliba tags up, but he wisely holds back as O'Brien is able to throw it fairly accurately and quickly enough to keep the runner at third there. So now 2 outs.
Hit a 405 batting average.
Brings the leadoff hitter, Dawson Mock, up to bat. Mock 0 for 3 on the day.
For Dawson.
A strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a ground out. And they intentionally walk him. Wise choice here, but things don't get much easier with Braden Calise. Calise batted over 400 in the regular season. And you have to imagine he's not going to be too happy about being chosen for the intentional walk, but that also puts a forced play at second base. But Mock is a speed threat, holds the Florida League record for stolen bases with 36, so we'll see if he tries to negate that forced play at second. He's dancing, runner does go, breaking ball, no attempt to even try to get Mock out. And you have to imagine maybe the Suns really didn't think about that one because Mock with just absolutely phenomenal speed. That's the second stolen base of the game. And Calise makes contact on this one. That's over the head of Tidwell into left field. Mock comes around second, so it's a RBI for Braden Calise. Braden Calise advances to second on the throw, so they intentionally walk Dawson Mock, and his speed takes second base. Saliba scores on the single. Mock scores on the single. It is now a 6-0 ball game here at Sanford Memorial Stadium. What a turnout this has become. A 4-run frame, and the Suns are not out of this one. No move to the bullpen as of yet, and here comes Coach Cameron Jurgens. What a result. Braden Calise has done such a great job of making contact this season. They intentionally walk Dawson Mock. Mock is dangerous out there, but he easily was able to run into scoring position, and with the single, it is now a 2 RBI hit instead of 1. So a 4-run frame and a new arm comes out of the mound for Deland, and we'll tell you all about him when we come back. We're back. What a wild turn of events for the Deland Suns as the River Rats put up 4 in the frame. They intentionally walk Dawson Mock, but with his speed, he's able to easily get into scoring position. And Braden Calise brings in Saliba and Mock to put 2 up. But of course, it all started with Xavier Lopez reaching on a hit by pitch. Spiker was also plunked. And then Saliba laid down a sacrifice bunt, and an E1 went wild, and it scored both Lopez and Spiker and put Saliba at third base. Now with 2 outs, the new arm on the mound for Deland. It's Ethan Diaz. He recently joined the team as well. The Rats now have a 6-0 lead here in the first game of this semifinal series. Game 2 will be in Deland tomorrow, and if necessary, Thursday. Osman Melendez fields the chopper over to first base, and that's out number 3 in this frame. But the Sanford River Rats bring 4 across and put the game out of reach as they are up 6-0 as we head to the top of the 8th inning here in Sanford. Welcome back. Rats are up 6-0 as we head to the 8th inning here in Sanford. Leading things off for Deland, it will be Osman Melendez. Just an absolutely unreal sequence of events as the Rats put up a 4 frame. Brady Wright remains on the mound for Sanford. First pitch to Melendez is up high for ball number 1. Next pitch to Melendez in there for strike number 1. Can't let the Rats get hot. They've been absolutely on fire this whole season, and that 1-2 punch of Mock and Calise absolutely bit the Deland Suns here. Still 6 out to play with, 6 outs to get 6 runs, and Osman Melendez swings over that one for a strike. Ethan Diaz was able to come out and record the final out, and Brady Wright was absolutely sailing on the mound last inning. Osman Melendez swings and misses. Drop third strike, thrown over to first base is in time. So Brady Wright picks up right where he left off with the strikeout, and I'm bringing up Connor O'Sullivan.
Goes up. Number 9, Connor O'Sullivan.
O'Sullivan 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout today. That strikeout is Wright's 4th strikeout of the game and 14th for the River Rats pitching staff, which is absolutely phenomenal. Have to imagine Coach Cameron Jurgens isn't happy about that, though. The Suns struck out 17 times last week in a game against, excuse me, 2 weeks ago, 2 Thursdays ago. It was a game against the Winter Garden Squeeze. Suns struck out 17 times in that contest. Coach Cameron Jurgens pulled an offensive meeting, and the Suns were swinging hot bats after that meeting, but seems like they're struggling. Well, it doesn't seem like they are struggling today. Bosenhard, phenomenal outing on the mound. 8 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. Only allowed 2 hits and 3 walks for an even whip of 1. Brady Wright falls behind as it's now a 3-1 count on Connor O'Sullivan. Next pitch misses, so O'Sullivan has a 1-out walk. That is Wright's first base runner he'll see. And that'll make way for Judson Sionis to get an AB. Sionis 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. Actually, that is William Rawlings who's pinch hitting for Judson Sionis. William Rawlings. Nicknamed Waz. Home plate umpire is going to take a second.
Check that. Pinch hitter stepping in. Number 5 was Rollins.
Home plate umpire is going to make a note of it. And we'll continue play.
Wizard of Waz.
Waz played in yesterday's contest as well, but got the day off today. Well, day off until now. Went 1 for 3 with a run scored. Was the tying run as he swings and misses on the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. With Rawlings coming out, it's assumed as he makes contact on this one, loud contact, but sent high, should be fielded by Xavier Lopez, and it is for out number 2. With that, the lineup flips over, and it's going to be Eli Tidwell, the leadoff man for Deland. He's been on base twice today with 2 walks. Reached second on both those appearances, but didn't go any further. Bottom of the 8th inning, Suns down by 6, 2 outs. They need a big rally to come back. Tidwell makes great contact on this one. That shoots towards the right side of the infield. So that's his 3rd time on base today, and he's had a solid night for Deland. Now that puts a runner in scoring position, but if you're the Sanford River Rats, you're not sweating because they've seen so many Deland runners touch second base, but they left them right there as they currently hold a 6-0 lead. If it's not a strikeout, it's definitely some defensive wizardry out there by the River Rats. And it'll be Gavin Thomas with 2 on to maybe put something on. Thomas is 0 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. He's put the team on his back before this summer and hopefully can do it again. In a game against Leesburg, he knocked 2 home runs, the game tying and the go-ahead. But a big swing only cuts the deficit in half. First pitch to Thomas. Swung on and missed for strike number 1. Brady Wright absolutely sailing out there on the mound. Not only does he have good velo behind his pitches, but they have some movement behind them too. The 0-1 pitch to Thomas is in there for strike number 2. Thomas falls behind 0-2 here. The 0-2 with 2 runners on. Deland needs something. Ball misses outside. Saliba lost it for a second, but is able to bring it back in. Tidwell at first. O'Sullivan at second. And Thomas fouls that one back. So 1-2, Thomas swings, and that goes foul as well. So we'll do the 1-2 again. Brady Wright. 1 2/3 innings of work. 31 pitches thrown so far. The 1-2 to the home run leader, Gavin Thomas, swung on, and this is sent to the foul right side this time. Each side getting a respective foul ball. Ball boy brings more balls to the umpire. We had 3 of them in Deland yesterday, all of them children, I have to imagine, below the age of 4, and it was like an absolute feeding frenzy whenever a ball got loose. But the 1-2 to Thomas misses, so it'll be an even 2-2 count. Deuces are wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 runners on. Deland also have 2 errors if you want to add another number to that. Gavin Thomas, number 11, 1 + 1 = 2. Next pitch to him, swung on and missed. That's Thomas's 3rd strikeout of the day, and that is Wright's 5th strikeout. So he gets out of this one after 2 Deland runners reach, but he strands them right there. The Deland Suns have not been able to manufacture anything as River Rats pitching has shut them down in this one. Bottom half of the 8th coming right up. Well, for the River Rats here in the bottom of the 8th inning is Jake Mueller. They have a comfortable lead as they are ahead by 6. Suns have been able to get base runners on, but they've absolutely shut them down. So have to commend the Sanford pitching staff. They have 15 strikeouts on the night. It's Jake Mueller leading things off. First pitch is inside for ball number 1. So this inning we'll see Mueller, Rucco, and Lopez at minimum, but River Rats don't like staying quiet as the side has only been retired once in this game. Next pitch to Mueller, swung on. This is sent to foul territory. Nathan Rico has a beat on it and not able to get it. Speaking of, Rico now inhabits first base as William Rawlings came in to pinch hit for Judson Sayonis. Rico moves out of the extra hitter role to occupy first, and we assume that Rawlings will hold on to that extra hitter role. It's still Ethan Diaz on the mound for Deland. 1-1 count on him.
Let's say it up there, the right fielder came on.
The 1-1. Ooh, Mueller is hit by a pitch. That is the third hit by a pitch by Deland, and third in 2 frames. That is not how you want to start things off. We remember last inning how a hit by pitch led things to go a little out of control for Deland. 2 hit by pitches and an E1 brought across 2. And then a intentional walk to Dawson Mock. He was able to steal second base, and Brandon Calise brought them both in with a single to total the runs in the frame to 4. Here comes Ruocco up to bat. Ruocco with great power. Diaz deals. First pitch misses. Ruocco 0 for 2 on the day. Did reach on a walk in the second, but grounded out in the 4th and flew out in the 6th. Next pitch to him, swung on. This is sent straight towards Tidwell. Good backhanded glove. Throw to first is in time. Wow, what a play by Eli Tidwell there. Backhanded glove to field it, and he throws across the diamond for out number 1.
Outstanding play by Tidwell.
With that, Mueller is able to advance to second base as ball was hit, quote-unquote, softly enough, and the backhanded throw was difficult play for Tidwell to try to turn the double play there, but still great effort nonetheless. So the Rats have another runner in scoring position. It's going to be Xavier Lopez. Lopez was plunked his last time he was up and came around to score. Also has a walk and a strikeout on the day. First pitch to him, swung on and fouled back. Xavier Lopez, a very dangerous and very patient batter there at the plate. Very unique batting stance as well. Next pitch to him, up high, misses for a ball. Looking at the other semifinal game going on between the teams who will fight for the West position in the Florida League Championship. The Orlando Snappers have taken the lead. They hold a tight 2-1 lead over the Leesburg Lightning. Tomorrow's game will be played in Leesburg as Game 1 is played in TFA. A hard hit ball to right field. That gets down. Runner runs around third base, so Mueller will come and score, and Xavier Lopez stays at first base. A little miscommunication there as he seems to stop between first and second base, but regardless, that is a hard hit RBI single for Xavier Lopez, and the Sanford River Rats are now up 7-0.
Second baseman.
That was a screamer off the bat, went down the line, and luckily it was fielded in time by Holden Bronner to keep Lopez at first base. But what a hit by him, his first hit of the day. And this is hits towards Gavin Thomas, and actually lands in no man's land. O'Sullivan, O'Brien, and Thomas tried converging on it. Lopez moves on over to second base, but that's just going to be a bloop single for Daniel Spiker. That's going to be his second hit of the game. Spiker was also hit by a pitch last time, came around to score. And now up comes Anthony Saliba up to bat. Remember last inning, things got a little crazy when Saliba came up to the plate, laid down a sacrifice bunt. We'll see if he does it again here. That induced chaos in the Deland defense. First pitch to him is taken for a strike. Did not show the bunt, so he'll be swinging. Saliba 0 for 2 with a walk today. Next pitch is outside.
That was a nice pickup. Wow.
Base hit, we might be done.
Rats up by 7 here in the first game of this playoff series. Saliba makes contact on this one. It's going to be Lopez as he stays at third base, and the bases are now loaded for Drake Harmon. Harmon is 0 for 3 on the day. So he grounded out last time in the 7th, but what a night these River Rats are having as they absolutely pour it on the Deland Suns.
Number 0, Drake Harmon.
if my math is correct, 18 total River Rats have reached base in this contest, which is absolutely bananas by them, but they've been able to put good wood on the ball and also work some walks and maybe get in the way of a couple pitches. Bases loaded, Rats up by 7. Pitches in there, strike number 1. So it's Saliba at first base, Spiker will be at second, Lopez is at third. For Drake Harmon. Drake Harmon is yet to notch a hit, one of the few Rats to reach base, or to not reach base. The 1-1 pitch on him. Diaz deals, swung on, fouled to the left side. After Harmon, it'll be King, and if he gets to it, the lineup flips over with Mock.
Come on, man. Fly ball's all we need here, right? All right. Each of those balls.
There is plenty of opportunity to bring in the run. Weak contact. If he could beat out the double play, but also a sac fly would do. The 1-2 pitch to Drake Harmon. Breaking ball misses up high for ball number 2. Bases loaded, 2-2 count. Drake Harmon at the plate. Misses, 3-2, nowhere to put him. Full count, 1 out.
HBE. Thank you. Appreciate it, Carl. All right. There we go.
The payoff pitch, nowhere to put Harmon. Diaz gets set.
Ball 4.
Lopez at third. Swung on and missed. That's strike number 3 as Diaz strikes him out. So the bases are loaded, and it's going to be up to Cameron King to bring one more across. Rats with a comfortable lead here.
Left fielder, Cameron King. Put your bat on the ball. I mean,
King has a single and is 1 for 3 on the day. Flew out in the 7th and the 5th. He had that single in the 3rd.
wild pitch.
Favorable righty-on-righty matchup for the pitcher Diaz.
In the dirt.
First pitch, Diaz misses down low. So it'll be ball number 1 on him. Remember, it's Lopez at third, Spiker at second, Saliba at first. The next pitch to Cameron King. Swung on. This is sent towards center field, and it will not get down as a diving play. It's actually called safe. The ball landed. So, Xavier Lopez comes to score, and that is the ball game as the Sanford River Rats run rule the Deland Suns in 8 innings. Wow, what an absolute blowout for the Sanford River Rats in Game 1. An absolutely statement-setting performance by the Sanford River Rats, but you also have to nod to their pitching staff as well. They were absolutely phenomenal in this one. Of course, we have to talk about Rylan Bosenhard, who will be tabbed with the win as he went 5 innings with 2 hits and only allowed 3 walks. He struck out 8 in the outing. Absolutely ridiculous and nasty stuff from him. And then behind him, Nicholas Davidson came in with an inning of work, only allowed a hit and a walk, struck out 2. And Brady Wright shut down the door with 2 innings of work, a hit, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. The Suns were able to put runners in scoring position, but never had a chance to bring them across. So what a Game 1 here in this 3-game set. We travel to Deland tomorrow. If the Rats win that one, it's over for them. It's over for the Suns, and they go on to the championship. But we look at the Deland scorecard, and you had some solid numbers. Holden Bronner went 2 for 3 for the second day in a row. Nathan Rico went 1 for 3. Eli Tidwell 1 for 2. But, of course, Deland is not able to bring any runs across. And you look at the Sanford score sheet, Braden Calise with an absolutely phenomenal day. 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Mueller went 1 for 3 with a run scored. Xavier Lopez 1 for 2, 2 runs and an RBI. Do not let the River Rats get hot. Deland was able to put runners on, unable to do anything with them, and the River Rats show up and show out. But the Suns still have another chance remaining as we play in Deland tomorrow. That game will be at Conrad Park at 7 p.m. But so far, we do appreciate you joining me on this solo broadcast. I've been Adrian Delgado. The River Rats rule the Deland Suns 8-0 here in Game 1 of the Florida League semifinal. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.